This video is going to be a follow-up to a video I did concerning the heat treat or lack thereof of Chris Reeve knives, and to address some of the comments that I received. Some very positive comments, and I thank you for those, and then a couple knucklehead comments. The one that really sticks out in my head is, "God, you're an asshole." No, that's that one I understand. That one's fine. No, it's the one about the fact that, oh well, this is outdated stuff. Chris Reeve is changing to S45 VN. Okay, well, I think you missed the point. It doesn't matter what steel CRK uses. They don't heat treat to optimize the steel. So rather than just properly heat treat S35 VN, they're using something different now, S45 VN. Who gives a flying? Use what's already out there. Don't make up another steel to make it sound like, oh, this is going to be the newest and latest and greatest thing. That's just marketing crap. You, Chris Reeve, are the ones who came up with S35 VN in cooperation with Crucible to make a steel that was usable, but wasn't so hard on the grinding belts and other equipment used to cut the steel. Chris Reeve was tired of wearing stuff out. Well, I'm sorry, that's a part of the cost of doing business. When you grind on steel, and when you polish steel, and when you tool steel, you wear stuff out. Everybody else does. So why make something that's less abrasion resistant and call it a knife blade? I think you want a knife blade to be abrasion resistant. At least I do. When I go to cut something, I want it to cut the object rather than the object to wear out the knife. It's just common sense. So for those of you who think that S45 VN is going to be an improvement, just because it says 45 rather than 35, I think you're fooling yourselves. I've already put holes in those blades. I've experienced no more resistance than on the S35 VN. I'm tired of saying VN. So I don't see any difference. And the claim of it being heat treated to 62, I'm not buying that for a second. I cruised through those. One of the recurring comments was the fact that where I put the hole in the blade, up here, is going to be softer than down here. Well, that is wrong. This whole blade is heat treated and then ground at the factory. I believe the only things that are done ahead of time are the little hole for the thumb stud that would normally be there, and the holes for the detent and the pivot. Otherwise, this whole thing up here is just as hard as right here. The only knife manufacturer I know who differentially heat treats is Tops. Another question that was asked of me is, why do I put holes in the blades if I don't like the knife? I put holes in the blades because that's what guys wanted, and I can do it, and I do perfectly round holes, and I put them exactly where they're supposed to be. So that's why. And it makes it a much better knife. Does it weaken it? I suppose. It's not because of anything I did to it as far as heat or anything, because blades don't get hot when I do it. But I mean, you don't hear people saying the Spyderco's weak because of that hole. This is a thicker blade, and if you just simply remember that it's a knife, not a pry bar, it's going to outlast you. The next question was, why do I have some Chris Reeve knives when I hate the steel and the heat treat? Well, I think you missed the point of that whole video. I have a couple of their knives because I stumbled upon a couple that were actually heat treated. That was the whole point. So, this is the one that was actually heat treated, and I have a small Sabenza with the Insingo blade that I also carry. This knife holds a great edge. I've sharpened it using a Spyderco Sharp Maker. It's 15 degrees on each side. I have no qualms with it. Chris Reeve makes a fantastic handle. Beautiful designs. Craftsmanship like no one else. I would like nothing more for Chris Reeve to make a blade worthy of this handle. The handle, love it. Beautiful. This is not worthy of this. I happen to actually like Chris Reeve knives. I liked them a lot more when it was S30V. So that's why I have this one. It's a classic. I like the texture of the old micarta, the new micarta. Again, slick, no good. And I put perforated washers in this one. And I'm still using Pelgun oil, not the grease. Personal preference. I happen to really like it. So, as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Keep the comments coming. You can't offend me. So, have at it. Thanks.